afternoon, or evening as the case may be, and welcome to 7th grade math. My name is Mr. Stutz, and I will be your teacher this year. Hopefully you'll get to see me in person at some point, but for right now we're doing this online, so I thought I'd take a few minutes and go through what the class is about before we get going with all sorts of good math stuff. Obviously, you see in front of you the syllabus. The syllabus is located on the portal. If you don't know how to get to the portal, the easiest way to start is at the ASB dashboard, which you all should have as part of your bookmarks. You can go to the middle school student portal. Once you've logged into the portal, you'll be able to pick the classes that you go to. Math classes either B, F, or H block for you. When you follow those links, you'll see your class. Not all of you will be in block B, but that's okay. The pages should look similar to this. The syllabus will be here in the resources part of the page under general course information and links. The very first link there is the course syllabus. Below that, you'll see a number of website links that will take you to places where you can have extra practice and extra fun doing math. Oh boy. But for now, we'll just concentrate on the syllabus and what the class is all about. We'll be using the College Prep Mathematics program. That's the same program that we used last year in 6th grade if you were in ASB. The idea behind this program is that there is a spiraling effect, which means different topics are revisited every chapter and every year. So many of the topics we'll cover this year are similar to the ones you covered last year. You're going to begin to learn algebra and ways of thinking abstractly using variables instead of numbers. In addition, the course will include review of basic skills and their use in more advanced mathematical thinking, which means that you do have multiplication and division tests. You'll have to remember how to add and subtract and all that good stuff. The big understandings, the enduring understandings, the lessons that we want you to get out of this class focus on translating between real-world situations and the language of math, and you'll be taken to problems that have been put in English, real-life situations, and what you'll need to do is make them into math problems that you can solve. And we're going to teach you how to do that. You're going to learn how to do that and be able to apply those skills. In addition to focusing on very important core skills, you're going to be developing your math sense, the way that you can look at problems, answers you get for the problems, and determining whether or not your answers make sense. It's a quick way of being able to check whether you have a reasonable answer or something that needs to be rethought. This class also prepares you for placement in either 8th grade algebra or 8th grade pre-algebra. Next year, the classes will be split. And your student placement in this class will depend on my recommendation based on your work, your achievement in this class, and how you do on standardized testing, including the MAP test and a preparedness for algebra test that you will receive later in the year. During the course of this year, we'll be going over quite a number of different topics: data interpretation, integer operations and graphing, probability, algebra, solving equations, ratios, dividing fractions, and using the Pythagorean theorem, squares and square roots. All sorts of exciting things. You should have with you every day in class pencils. Your pencils are what you'll need to do work on paper. You don't need a pen. Please do not use a pen in math, because like it or not, you'll make mistakes, and it'll be a good thing to be able to erase those mistakes. You will need to have a folder or notebook with paper. Graph paper is probably best. It's not required. And of course, you can buy paper anywhere in town, many stores. And a big part of this class, of course, is your computer. You should have fully charged batteries every day. Bring it in. We'll be doing lots of problem sets, Dino, Alex, all sorts of good stuff. Now, you won't need to bring a book with you. You're going to have a home copy of the textbook that you'll keep at home, and we'll have a class set of textbooks in the room that you'll be assigned a certain number, and you'll use that book every day in class. So you won't have to carry around this big, heavy book. So that's a nice thing that ASB does for you. Other things that you can bring with you, but you don't have to, include a ruler, calculator, and colored pencils. Calculators are great. We will be using them, but I do have a class set of them if you need. One of the programs that we'll be using during the course of the year is ALEX. ALEX is an online resource. It's an artificial intelligence program that adapts itself to how well you do in certain areas. Areas that you do very well in, it gives you harder problems. Areas that you have challenges in, it gives you revision problems so that you can improve your skills. Every week, you'll be required to complete 1 hour on ALEX. You will work at your own pace. Some people will go very, very fast and fill up their pie of topics quickly. Others take a little bit longer, and that's okay. The nice thing about ALEX is it's self-correcting in response to how you do. Later in today's lesson, we'll look at getting you signed up for ALEX. So for right now, just know that that will be part of your requirement to do that 1 hour every week, starting this week. A big piece of advice that math teachers will often give is that mathematics is not a spectator sport. You can't just sit back, expect your mind to be open and me to dump in information. You got to work at it. Okay? It's like doing a sport. It's like learning to play an instrument. It's like doing anything at all that requires some skill. You have to practice at it. All right? And so homework and class sets and Dino and ALEX are all to help you practice and get better. Okay? Grades are going to be based on how you do at home, on your homework, on ALEX, on quizzes, on tests, on projects. All of those come together, and each is weighted differently. So if you notice, 45 plus 25 plus 25 plus 5 adds up to 100%. Your tests and projects make up almost half of your overall grade. Quizzes and your classwork and homework make up the other half, and ALEX is a smaller portion. ALEX is a good way to help, but it doesn't count for a whole lot of your overall grade. Obviously, in class, there are going to be some expectations as to how you behave and how you work. The ASB and middle school campus rules enforced. You need to be showing respect to your peers, your teachers, your school, the building, the materials, everything around you. Obviously, cheating or plagiarizing, copying somebody else's work without having it part of the assignment, will result in a 0, a note to Mr. Hoover, and a phone call home. You should do your own work. As people are very fond of saying, you're not cheating anybody but yourself. If you're not doing the assignments, you are not learning, and that will come back to bite you. So make sure that you're doing your own work. If somebody in class is talking, including me or another student, show them respect, courtesy, and quiet. If inappropriate behavior in class continues after a gentle warning, I may have you stay with me during break or lunch, and you'll get to spend all that time with me. Fun, fun, fun. I'm kidding. You don't want to do that. Behave. And of course, you should always bring all your homework and materials to class. On the syllabus, there are a few websites that I've listed for help and extra practice, including hotmath.com. On this webpage, there are step-by-step instructions to solving some of the problems that you'll be assigned. This is a great resource to help you out as you're checking your homework. So go ahead and use it from time to time to make sure you're on the right path. But of course, the best resource for up-to-date info on the class is the ASB portal. That's where you should go to check on all of your assignments, to check what's going on, to see notes, to find out what's happening in class, to remind you about assignments. And once those assignments are given to you, there is a class calendar where the events and assignments will be listed. I'm so glad to have you in my class this year, and I'm looking forward to actually meeting you in person. I will see you when school starts for real. Thanks. Have a great time. Bye-bye.